Hi everybody, it's Chrissy from Knittin in the Heights. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. If you're a new viewer, I hope you enjoy what you are going to see. It is Vlogtober Eve. I'm so excited for this October and getting to share some knitting with you, getting to share some sites in and around New York City. It's gonna be great. I have some great plans. I have already started pre-filming because my life can be very challenging at times, being a single mom, and you never know with weather and just life if I'm going to get to do all the things I'd like to be able to do during my filming season. So starting a little bit early to give you guys a little taste of, things around and in New York. Yeah, I'm like 3 days ahead basically at this stage. So today is September the 30th, and I thought I'd take this moment to actually talk to you a little bit about some of my works in progress, some of my finished objects. So it's kind of a mini knitting podcast. So yeah, let's get started. And we're gonna start with a finished object and the elephant in the room. I have finished my So Faded by Andrea Mowry. So here it is. I really, really like it. It is a bit big on me, but that's okay. It is a cozy sweater, and I'd rather it be big than too tight. So yes, this is knit out of some beautiful yarn I already had in stash. The first yarn was a club colorway from Sweet Sparrow Knits, and I think I've actually been saying the wrong yarn color. I think it's the Lady Smock Fairy, I think is the name of the colorway. It was from one of Julie's fairy collections. The next color is from a dyer called the Textile Witch, and this is the Peas Blossom colorway, and it's really beautiful. It has some more neon pops, which is kind of fun. The color after that is a beautiful kind of pinky lavender color from Chelsea Luxe. It is called Peony. And the final color, which there's not a lot of it, but I really, really like the color, is this color right here. This is from Ellie at Craft House Magic, and the color is called Believe. And I actually really adore this color. I have a ton of yarn left. I won't lie. I could make some socks. I could make, like with the Believe colorway in particular, I could totally make a whole pair of socks. It's that much yarn. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the rest. I have been toying around with the idea of doing a shawl where I actually hold the same color double. So meaning I would hold from the inside of the ball and the outside of the ball to make DK weight and do just like a simple kind of really simple garter stitch kind of shawl, just something comfy and cozy with the leftover yarn. I've thought about that. I've thought about maybe doing a Stephen West pattern, like a dotted raise shawl, and kind of starting with whatever has the smallest amount, and kind of doing the gradient thing. And Gabriel's right here. He's eating candy. Oh. No, thank you. I don't like it. It's Sour Patch Kids. I don't like Sour Patch Kids. I don't like sour candies.
More for me.
That's right. More for you, Gabe. You want to say hi? So there's Gabe. He has not gotten out of his PJs all day, and that is okay. We are coming out of a very rainy few days in New York City. Tangentially, let's just talk about that for a second. So the remnants of Hurricane Ophelia hit the city yesterday, and it rained and rained and rained and rained and rained, and lots of the city actually flooded. Thankfully, where we were did not flood. However, Gabe's school, it's very likely there was a lot of traffic due to either flooding or whatever. I wouldn't know because, I don't drive him to from school. He takes the bus. So it did take him 2 hours to get home from school yesterday. His babysitter actually texted me. She was really worried because he hadn't gotten home yet after an hour of waiting. But he did eventually get home, obviously, and he's fine. They just took it slow, which is probably for the best. So yes, So Faded by Andrea Mowry. Super happy with this knit. I've worn it in real life, like out and about a couple times now, and I think it's gonna be a main staple in my wardrobe. So let's just talk about what should I do with the remainder of the yarn. Should I just use it for socks? Should I use it for a shawl? Do you have any thoughts about a shawl? I have, for some of the colors, I have about, I'm trying to think the amount of, like 15 grams-ish left of some of the colors. And then like this last one, believe, I have a ton left. So if you have any thoughts, just put it down below and let me know your thoughts. All right, so some other works in progress. I also have a half-finished object, and I'm super excited about this because it was something that I put away for a long time. First of all, it's living in my beautiful hair and moon bag. I'm trying to remember who the maker is. I have a kitty cat over in the corner there that's very interested in things. It's made in the US. I got it from Etsy, but the maker didn't have a tag. So I'm not sure. I'll see if I can look it up in my Etsy to see if I can see who sold it to me. But I really like this. So I'm going to be showing you my Moonlit Magic mitts. They are a set of fingerless mitts. I finished one yesterday, so I'm so excited. This is knit out of yarn from Murky Depths. She is a yarn dyer in New York. And the colorways are cornbread and cranberries. That's the contrasting colorway. And the other one is called, I believe it's the Copper Prince. And what you can't see on screen, I don't think, oh, you might be able to see little sparkles. Well, those little sparkles in that dark yarn are actually copper colored. They are not gold and they are not silver. They are copper, and it is absolutely glorious. And what I really like is the back of the mitt. You've got this cool Eye of Sauron right in the middle of your palm. So where this marker is where I picked it up back when I decided to take this with me last weekend. I went on a train trip and I said, you know, there's no reason why I can't get these done pretty soon once I finish this. So I really wanted to get these done this year because I have lost one pair of hand mitt, well, one pair of some mittens that I made. So I need more hand wear for myself. So I figured I would try to finish this before Halloween, and actually probably by the middle of October, because this would be a great time to wear it. I did make a mistake with the pattern, and I realized what my mistake was recently, and I know I've talked about how these are really tight, and I don't understand why. Well, that's because Chrissy, yours truly, did not see the switch to the larger needle size. But that's okay, because it does fit. 1, 2, it will block. And 3, I do like the fact that it is a closer fitting mitt. Sometimes when mitts are really loose, sometimes they are too loose. I don't think these are so tight that it's going to be problematic. I would probably need to block them just a little bit around the thumb because it's just a tiny bit tight. But let me go ahead and take the marker off now so you can see the pattern in all its glory. There we go. So yeah, super witchy, very beautiful, if I do say so myself. Love this pattern. So I cast on, I literally just cast on for the cuff. I'm going to be working on these later today, and I am going to be pretty monogamous, I think, on some of my projects so that I can get some stuff done. Oh, getting them on and off is a bit of a challenge, but very fun nevertheless. The next thing I'm going to show you is an update to my shawl by Teasdale. The shawl is called, and I always get this wrong, Goldenoak is the Goldenoak shawl. It's in my Moon Faces bag. I also got this from Etsy a long time ago. Also in some yarn by Murky Depths, and the other yarn dyer is Sweet Sparrow, Julie. So it is a pretty shawl. The this dark color here, Turion, that was from a club colorway from Sweet Sparrow based on Celtic myths and folklore. And the Dried Blood and Roses, which is kind of this burgundy red, that is the Murky Depths colorway. They're both single ply yarns. I am at the stage where I did the cable transition into the lace, and now I'm working on lace. The reason I haven't made more progress on this is it does take a lot of attention to detail. I have made several mistakes already, and I will finish this. This is, after I finish these mitts, I think I'm going to try to come back to this and just kind of do my best to get through, you know, a row a day or a couple rows a day, depending. The challenge with this is because it does require a lot of attention. It's not something I can just take wherever. I really prefer to read charts off of my computer. And I kind of do it in such a way that I can see whatever I'm watching on TV on my screen. And then the chart is directly below it so that I can kind of look up and down as needed. Is this the most enjoyable knit? It is a beautiful end product. I enjoyed the plain knitting, actually. And I think if I was better at knitting lace and cables just generally and reading my knitting for lace and cable, I don't do a ton of complicated lace knitting. And this is complicated, more complicated lace knitting. Wow, not nace knitting, but yeah, lace knitting. I had an issue like before too when I was doing, I mean, I can read it fine. But like if I'm doing so many repeats, you know, sometimes like there's a mistake that's made and then it's fixing that mistake afterwards. That's where it's really obnoxious, is the fixing of the mistakes. But I do love the colors. I love the texture it's creating. I do love the pictures of the end product. So I do think this will be something that I really will like when it's done. So the plan is for this to be for me as something I wear in the winter, specifically winter and fall. But we'll just see. So yeah, that's coming along. It takes a really long time for me to do a row at this stage. I know there's over 200 stitches on the needles. So when you're doing lace, that can be a bit of a slog, both to and from. Yeah. So we're gonna put this away for now so I don't lose any of these stitches. And we're gonna move on to my next work in progress. And I have two more. The first one, living in my Marauders map bag, which I tend to use as a sweater knitting bag because it's a nice size. There it is. This is Tanis Lavallee's Rocket Tee. This is a knit along that Josh, my friend Josh, and I are doing. He is much further along than I am. He's had a lot more knitting time than I've had recently. I go to work every single day. He does not work every day yet. He's going to be working every day. So he is a musician, but he's also a teacher. And so since a lot of the programs he works for, they're just getting started and their classes are just starting up, he's going back to regular work. So he's had a lot of downtime in the last month in particular. So I'm at the point where there's kind of two sections to the yoke where you create the V shape. I'm on that second section where the V is becoming more drastic before it joins together in the round. Once it joins together in the round, it's pretty smooth sailing after that. The two yarns that I'm using for this, we have another Murky Depths yarn. It is in her Mahuro base and it's called Nacre. The colorway is named after the mother of pearl colorway, like the inside of an oyster. And then we have this color here, which is called Innocence, and it's Knit Picks, and it is their 100% mulberry silk. The reason I went with silk is because I can't, in the pattern, it recommended a lace weight like a fluffy, like a mohair lace kind of thing with some silk in it. But I can't do mohair, and I can't do alpaca or llama, stuff like that. I tend to have problems with my asthma. So because this one here, this Nacre, that's a fingering weight. It has silk in the contents. I thought it'd be really nice and very soft, and it is the drapiest thing, and it feels like butter. It is so soft. It's kind of glorious. So yeah, so this is coming along really, really well too. I am really enjoying it. I think I'll like to wear it. I do think it's going to be a bit on the see-through side, so I will need like a little camisole or something underneath, probably in a pink color. And we have a visitor. Hey, Luna Bell. Luna. Luna. This is Luna. And Luna's done. All right. And my last work in progress, which I haven't really touched in a while, is living in a Sewing Me bag. It's one of our Snoopy bags. Basically, I had my children buy it for me last winter for Christmas, which means I basically bought it for myself, but said it was from them. You gotta do that stuff sometimes, especially when your kiddos are little. So anyway, I am working on a cushion cover using a bunch of odds and ends. I will put the name of the pattern down below in the box, but basically you create this humongous, you just create a square. You can make this into a blanket too. I don't want to go that far. But yeah, I'm just using leftovers that are things that it's like less than 10, maybe some of them were 10 grams. I don't think they were. I think it was like the little nubbins of yarn, you know, that are like 3 or 4 grams that I'm putting into this thing. Things that, it's basically the amount that I wouldn't be able to use for other things. So just knitting this till it's about cushion cover size. Then I will make another one, and one side will have a flap where I create buttons, holes, and then I'll put buttons on one side, like to close it onto the thing. So that's the plan. I don't know when I'll get this done. This is one of those things that this would be great knitting for. I have knit on this on like the subway and stuff, but I think like if I'm taking a longer train journey with Gabe, something that'd be easy to put down. It is so easy and memorizable. Like there's nothing to it really. So anyhow, it's coming out really cool, really fun way to use up your yarn. So yeah, that is where all that is. And I have a bunch of other leftovers. So if I was ever in a situation where I'm like, I need something to knit on that's really simple, I can just pick this up and go. I wouldn't have to worry about winding any yarn. So what are you going to see from Vlogtober? So mainly you're going to see snippets of life. So a little bit of some life stuff, a little bit of knitting stuff. Josh has promised to come back on and he'll show you his knitting. One of the big things I'm really attempting to do is to go to as many haunted sites in New York City as possible. And that's been kind of fun because you have to do a little bit of research. And so there are surprisingly a large number of haunted locations in Midtown Manhattan. Who knew? So that's good because that's near my work. And so either on the way to work if I'm super early, or on the way home from work if I can leave a little bit early, I can just go and shoot some footage to show you guys. So that's actually kind of cool. I am very much looking forward to sharing our life with you in October. We will have a giveaway. We have a Vlogtober giveaway for some yarn. So I'm gonna put on the screen a picture right now of all of the giveaway stuff. It's some beautiful yarn that I hope you guys enjoy. It's a 50 gram skein of yarn with a 20 gram mini, as well as some additional fun things for you guys to have. So if you are interested in winning that yarn, please comment down below what you're hoping to do this autumn, or for Halloween, what you're looking forward to the most. So what are you looking forward to this autumn or Halloween? And if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, what are you looking forward to this spring? I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.